But you can. It's not like you can, use them throughout the game. You can't. You just gotta avoid them or try and kill them. Yeah.
I would really like to use one. That would be nice.
See, that would be cool. That would be a good mechanic. But anyway, the game's like Bioshock because you can go around change turret defenses on the NPCs that you're trying to fight, or just disable them, or in Bioshock you're able to take a health center that the NPCs could use as well as you. If you hack it and get it hacked right, you're able to use it anytime you want to heal yourself. But if an NPC wanting to use it, like a bad guy, they will get poisoned and kill themselves. So, I mean, the game's like that in a lot of ways, which isn't really a bad thing. It's just noticeable a lot. So.
Well, I have to admit, I'm a big fan of Mrs. Rags.
Yeah, well,
Granny Rags. Granny Rags.
Why don't you tell us about Granny Rags over there?
She's a very old lady. In fact, she's insane.
Bad shit insane.
Yes. And she would always promise you little presents for doing very bad deeds.
Give an example of the first one.
The first one she asks you to do is there is a vaccine supply that is run by these guys who have their own brewery, but they're also, the neighborhood thugs, so, you don't feel terrible when she says, hey, go poison that vial source for them. I'm like, okay, I can do that.
Right.
Well, later on, you kind of actually get to know these people because you need to do a couple favors. And you realize, well, she kind of had me poison people who weren't that bad.
Yeah, they were helping people. I mean, well, the first one you do for it isn't really that bad of a thing. These guys are trying to get into her house that she's at, and she's like, yo, can you go take care of them for me? I mean, she doesn't say it like that, but...
Pretty much.
But she's like, yo, can you go take care of these guys for me? And I never did it before. I missed her the first time. The first time I saw her, I was like, holy shit, it's a zombie, and tried to kill her. So the second time I went around, I was doing the pacifist mode, not trying to kill anyone. So I talked to her, and she gave me the mission to go take care of these guys outside. So I was like, all right. And I go out there, and I'm like, all right, I got my sleeping darts. I'm trying to take these guys out. It took me about 40 tries.
Yeah, the nice mode.
Yeah, about that. We'll get to that too. But, the first thing you do for her isn't that bad, but each time you do something for her, it gets worse and worse and worse. Morally, it gets worse. So, Granny Rag's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, she is. Even the outsider tries to warn you about her.
Yep.
And she's like, yeah, you know that lady in there?
Yeah,
you better watch yourself.
Don't be talking to her. She's just gonna fuck with you, dude. Yeah, Granny Rag's kind of fucked up.
But she was like the grandmother I never had.
Mm-hmm.
She always took care of me and allowed me to take care of myself by getting new magic powers. She wasn't that bad in my eyes.
Yeah, didn't she always give you at least 2 or something like that?
Yeah, 1 or 2 at least.
Yeah, I mean that cuts down trying to find them out in the world a lot. But this game's filled with a lot of little side quests like that. One level, you're on this huge bridge trying to get to this doctor, and if you free this guy, if you help him out and free him, he'll take you to a spot where he has a cache set up. He hid a bunch of goods there, and there's a couple of whale bones there for your upgrades and stuff like that. So, but they're completely missable. You have to go around and kind of talk to everybody, make sure they're all right, and that's kind of hard to do in certain levels when you think this is an area that's all going to be hostile, and then you find one person that's kind of nice, and you're trying to help you out while you're trying to help him out. It's just weird like that.
Hey, I need your help. Hack. Yeah, give me a moment.
Stab. Yeah.
You have all this blood all over you. How may I help you?
with that mask on and the duster cloak that you have on. Yeah, I ain't talking.
Whatever happened at the end of that mission where you helped that dude out?
I never got the chance because, of course, I found this on my pacifist mode, and I was trying to go sleep darting everybody, and he was walking in the way, and fell asleep, and then died by a guard. So.
Oh, he quote unquote fell asleep, huh?
Well, he fell asleep, and then he went to his eternal sleep. So.
Oops.
Yeah.
Well, I tried doing that, and I don't know if I messed it up or not because if you actually kill a lot of people, they have different reactions to you. They kind of mistrust you because you're kind of a notorious killer.
Right.
So I kind of did the mission. I accidentally got discovered by somebody. They pulled a gun on me. I had to end it, and then their friends got mad. Then I picked up that stuff he was talking about. I was curious. Apparently, I didn't know that's what it was that he was, pointing me towards. And I walked back outside like, what's up? And then he tried to kill me.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just going to do that or, I kind of screwed him over. Who knows?
Yeah.
Bygones.
Yeah, that's a lot of the problems I have with this game. I'm not saying like the game should hold your hand, but it should be more clear of what you're supposed to do, especially on side missions, because they don't explain it at all. Pretty much, they're more like you do have like what is it, the little arrow that tells you where to go.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, that's pretty much it. But especially with side missions, can you even select them? As far as I know, you can.
No, you really can't select them. You just kind of gotta go with it. Hey, find this thing. Oh, okay. And that's about it. And you're kind of on your own on the side missions.
Yeah. Unless it's like we're not talking about side quests here, like certain things you do for bigger, like more productive NPCs in the world. We're talking about like NPCs that you see all the time. That this guy, he's like, hey, can you go help me out and get rid of these guards? I just wish they were more like they made those into side quests instead of just a side mission to do while you're out on this level doing the main quest. Is all.
I don't know, like when I do things for people like that, I kind of feel like I'm doing my civic duty. Somebody should be a little thankful. I knocked over a couple guards, they're corrupt anyway.
Right.
Yeah, but then my own friends are like, why'd you kill all those people?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. Look, tell these people what happens in the beginning of the last mission. And why it led up to this point.
Alright, well, for me, my personal experience, see, you have Samuel, the boat driver. He gets you in and out of wherever you need to go. He doesn't ask questions, keeps his head down, He's a good guy.
I like those kind of guys. I would like to work with him.
Yeah, he's not perfect, but, hey, who is in those times?
But anyway, Samuel is the boat driver that takes you to and from every mission. He takes you there and then he picks you up at the end. So,
and that's great. And I'm only doing what people are asking me to do. I have to get rid of these people because that's my mission. It's not going to end any other way. I just can't say, hey, you're under arrest.
Yeah.
It's either me or them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the last mission, he's like, well, I don't really like the person you've become. And, it's kind of the end of the road for me. I'd wish you luck, but I really don't mean it. Now get off my boat. But I got you this far. Now I'm going to let them know you're coming. And then fires a shot in the air.
And each mission, you're supposed to start out like all stealth-like. So he just made that shit a lot harder.
Exactly. I'm like, do you want me to save her? There is a girl in trouble at the end of all this.
Yeah.
She is kind of defenseless. She's what, 10?
Yeah.
11?
Wearing a fucking dress, she can't move. Wearing that shit.
She ain't Bo Peep, but good grief.
Wearing that shit from the old like London times, like English times,
And I'm like, the guy saved my life. So this is the only thing that's stopping me from stopping time, teleporting over to his boat, and decapitating him for that crap. I'm like, mercy. Yeah, that's all right. Moving along.
But the reason why you got that is because in the game sense, you killed all the guards on the way to killing your main, target in every level, right?
I might have killed a good number of them.
Yeah, it's
I snuck by like one or two.
in the beginning of the game when you're trying to be sneaking and you said "fuck this shit."
Yeah, it don't work out so well.
Yeah,
I trip over a pebble that I'm discovered.
pretty much. These NPCs are pretty alert. Pretty much
Not like those Metal Gear Solid guys.
going all camo and shit.
Like, why can't I get the fox bag?
No, but I mean the same thing happened my first time around. My first run around, I was like, fuck it, I'll just kill everybody. I don't care, And you get to the level, like the last level, and he does the same thing for me basically. And Sam was all like, "Oh, you became a terrible person. I don't like what you've done. You could have killed less people on your way to doing this. I'm like, yeah, whatever, Sam. I'll go to hell. And he shoots off the fucking gun. I'm like, oh, you're a dick. But but the setting is in the last level. It's cool. Like the setting changes depending on what you've done throughout the game. Like when you go there your first time. Let's say you've been Jack the Ripper. Like me and Ariel were the first time. It's dark. It's dark out. It's thundering and lightning out. It's raining. Rain's pouring down. Just whatever. It's cool as. But if you go and be all pacifist and not kill anyone, you go around like Samuel like talks to you again. He's like, oh, you did a good job. I really like you. Blah 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 blah. And he just leaves. He doesn't fire the shot off like an asshole. And but the setting is it's completely opposite. It's like it's a bright day out. All the guards are like real.